Hey everybody, I am Kim Carter. I am currently a 6-star Lifetime Diamond elite coach with Team Beachbody. And I have been asked by a lot of people recently to share my story because it's kind of weird for somebody to go from being a veterinarian to being a health and fitness coach. And it's not your typical journey, it's not your typical choice, and it was not an easy one. It's been an amazing journey. But there were a lot of hard decisions along the way. And so, like I said, a lot of people have asked me about that recently. So I figured it's time for me to actually make a video to share with you guys, to tell you about my journey. So I am a veterinarian. I no longer practice. I used to have my own veterinary practice. It was a small animal practice, and I had it for about 5 years. I practiced for about, I think 4 years or so before that. And building that business and that practice was very stressful. It was also very rewarding. I had amazing clients, and I do miss them so much. But along the way, I found that the emotional side of veterinary medicine was very hard on me, and it was not something that I ever expected to feel. A lot of people think that veterinary medicine is, oh, you get to go and play with puppies and kittens. Yeah, that is so not what it is. I mean, the days that you have like a couple of puppy appointments where you just get to play with those cute little puppies and give them their vaccines and just make sure everything's good because they're nice and healthy, that's not every day. And when you get those appointments, it's a relief because so much of it is extremely stressful. Diagnosing conditions, where your patients can't talk to you and can't tell you what's wrong. Having to, you see these animals throughout their whole lives. You get to know them, you bond with them, you bond with their owners, your clients become your friends. And seeing them go through, the heartache of older pets getting sick and old pets getting cancer and having to euthanize pets, it's very hard, and it really takes a toll on you emotionally. At least it did on me. And for me, it was a huge deal. And I got to where I was very unhappy because of it. I couldn't sleep at night because I couldn't turn off my brain, and I could not stop thinking about the cases that I saw that day. If it was just a tough case and just a hard situation, if it was a sad case, if it was a euthanasia, if it was a very complicated medical case that I just couldn't figure out, and was constantly doing research on, whatever it was, I couldn't sleep. And I got to be very unhappy because I was so stressed out and so worried about things literally all the time. I just couldn't shut down. I couldn't relax and take a break. So that started to wear on me. I got to where, I would get home every day after work, and I was mad, or I was upset, I was angry, I was frustrated. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do anything. And I let my own health and fitness go. And fitness was actually something that I previously, all my life was very passionate about. I'd always been fit and in shape, and I let myself go. My husband, while he probably wouldn't say it, I'm sure he didn't love spending time with me because I was always in a bad mood. Whenever I got home from work, I was in a bad mood, every single day. And I got to where I found that I realized I had kind of shut my emotions off. And I think I did that more as a protective measure of myself because I felt like I had to get through every day. I mean, emotionally, it was tearing me down. And I could tell that I was becoming a very hard and cold person. And, people would tell me things that happened to their family or friends or, whoever that I should be very sad about. And it would just kind of like roll off like, well, that's life. Sorry. And I mean, that's not a good way to be, and I saw myself turning into that very cold person, and I didn't want to be like that. And I knew it was just because I turned my emotions off every day at work to get through every day. And I was doing that in my personal life as well. And I did not want to be like that for the rest of my life. I was getting to where I was pretty miserable inside. I just wasn't happy. And I would look at my colleagues and, vet school classmates of mine that absolutely loved what they were doing and loved veterinary medicine and, loved it every day. And I was like, why don't I feel like that? And so anyway, also going on at the same time, my husband's job, we thought we were going to be moving a couple hours away. Turns out that didn't happen, but I thought we were going to be, so we started looking into selling the practice, which we ended up selling the practice to some amazing people, and it's still going strong today. It's a great, great practice. So sold the practice, and about 6 months before I sold the practice, I actually kind of got into this whole coaching thing, and it was not intentional. Like I mentioned, I had let myself go with my fitness, and I saw a picture of myself. We were visiting some family in New Orleans, and I saw a picture of myself in this shirt that previously was a fairly loose-fitting shirt on me, and it was tight, and I could see my gut hanging out, and it just disgusted me. And so I started looking into, what kind of fitness could I get back into? And it had to be something fast because I didn't have that much time. Well, all at the same time, T25 came out, and I started seeing the infomercials. I had already done Insanity, and I know that I loved it, but I did not have 45 to 60 minutes a day to work out. It just wasn't going to happen. So T25 was going to be my answer. 25 minutes a day, I could do that. So I would get home from work, pound it out with T25, and I started seeing changes, and I started feeling so much better. I started focusing on my nutrition again, and it just really, really helped. And all at the same time, my coach kind of plugged me into our whole coaching community. And that is what changed my life. When I was around this team of people, they were all so positive and so supportive. And, we had this amazing team of mostly women. And to see that many women like truly supporting other women was a really cool thing, because that's just not how it is in real life with a lot of females. All you girls out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Women can cause drama. But that's what really motivated me and got me fired up and got me so excited and made me fall in love with this whole coaching thing. It was just that positive and supportive atmosphere, and knowing that all these other women were working for the same exact things that I was. We all had the same end goals, not necessarily in numbers, but we all wanted to be a healthier version of ourselves. We all wanted to be more confident. We wanted to be happier. We wanted to have more control over our lives, and not just be working for someone else, or for something else all the time. So that's what totally sold me. And I started, just kind of talking about my own journey with T25 and literally how much fun I was having. And people just started asking me what I was doing. And that was the start of coaching for me. I never thought it would turn into what it has today, but I am so grateful that it has. So back to the other story, how these two kind of connect. When I sold my practice, I kind of realized at the time, well, maybe coaching can be my plan B, because if I wasn't a veterinarian, that's what I had worked my whole life for. What else was I going to do? I'm not going to do anything else with a veterinarian and animal science degree if I'm not a veterinarian. So what was I going to do? I loved fitness. I loved how I felt. I truly believed in these products. I believed in this community, in this support system more than anything. So I thought, I'm going to jump all in and I'm going to give it a shot. Sold the practice, jumped all in. I was a diamond coach when I sold the practice, which is a great rank achievement to achieve, but it's kind of just the very beginning of starting to build your business. So I wasn't making a whole lot of money coaching at the time. So I really had to kind of take that leap of faith and, say, okay, well, let's get down to business. Let's learn this and let's do it. And I did. And in that first year, let's see, I didn't make a whole lot my first year. I'm trying to remember my numbers. By year 2, though, I'm in my 3rd year of coaching right now. By my 2nd year of coaching, I had matched my veterinary salary at the end of the year, comparing a full calendar year. I had matched my veterinary salary, and that was obviously a huge goal of mine, to do that as quickly as possible. So I did that in my 2nd year of coaching, which would have been about a year and a half after selling my practice. And at that time, I was a 6-star. I was a 6-star at the end of my year 2. Currently, I'm still a 6-star, but I just have a lot more of an organization and a lot bigger of a team now as well. And this year, I am on track to double my veterinary salary, which also means double my salary from last year. So, that's kind of something else I think about is, in what other world can you double your salary from one year to the next? And it's totally under your control. It's not like you have to go and ask, your boss or an employer for a raise. You control it. You control what you do in coaching. You control how much time you put in. You control how much effort you put in. And in turn, that means you control what you get out of it. And it's just an amazing opportunity. It's amazing for your health, to keep yourself in check and accountable to your own health, to be the best version of yourself, to increase your confidence, to join in this amazing community of people that are going to be there for you no matter what. I mean, I have coaches on my team that we went to high school together and we really didn't even know each other. And now we are the best of friends, and we will be there for each other, whether it has anything to do with coaching or not. Just need somebody to talk to. We're there, and it's so amazing to not only help myself physically and financially, but now to also watch my teammates do the same thing. Teammates that are able to quit their jobs and stay home with their children the same way that I do. Teammates that maybe need an extra income because a husband has lost a job. Whatever the situation is, extra income to pay for student loans. One coach that needs some extra income because she is building a practice of her own, in veterinary medicine. So there's all these different reasons why to do this, and you can do it on whatever level you want, as a hobby or as a full-time business. It's totally your choice. And anyway, that got a little bit off topic, but back to my story. So now, 3 years later, again, I'm looking to double my veterinary salary this year. And, aside from the financial part, the other big part of this for me is that as I kind of, got later into my mid-30s, I felt myself kind of wanting to start a family. And I just knew as a veterinarian, as a single practice owner anyway, I wasn't going to be able to do that. I couldn't be pregnant and be around x-ray radiation all day and surgery and anesthesia. That's not something that I was willing to risk. And so I kind of thought, I can't even start to build a family if I still have this practice. So what am I going to do, So after I sold the practice, a while after I sold the practice, we really started thinking about it, and we're able to have, start our family. So we've got our little girl now, and she's amazing, and I get to stay home with her every day, and I get to coach from home, do this job completely online, and do this from home while I'm here with her. And she doesn't have to go to daycare. I don't have to pay babysitters. I don't have to deal with any of that. I'm here for her, and more importantly, I don't miss out on every little thing in her life. She gave me a kiss for the first time yesterday, and, to be here with her every day for little things like that is truly a blessing. And my husband even tells me now, a lot of husbands are really skeptical about, those of us that want to start coaching and really want to start this as a career. But he tells me all the time now that he's so glad that I decided to do this, because I'm home with her. I'm here with Kinsey, and, we get to live the life that we want to live and be here for her completely. And that is amazing. And that is such a blessing. So that's kind of my story. It wasn't something that I ever intended from the beginning to turn out this way, but I'm extremely grateful that it has. And if you have any questions about anything, just shoot me an email, kimcarterfitness@gmail.com. I'm here for you. I've got a great team growing, and I would love to add people to it. Anyway, that's my story. Hope you have a great day.